In this video, we'll be taking a look at 5 college basketball games happening on November 9th, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 10 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 5 college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Indiana versus Marquette. On Sunday, the Indiana Hoosiers will face the Marquette Golden Eagles in the Waterkeeper Alliance Invitational. Marquette opened their season with a comfortable win over Albany, but the performance showed room for improvement. The Golden Eagles shot 41.4% from the field and 20.8%, going 5 of 24 from three-point range. They held only a slim 41-39 edge on the boards and turned the ball over 14 times. Some of that came during garbage time, yet the inconsistency is worth noting. Their second outing went more smoothly, with only 9 turnovers and more time for starters, though they still struggled inside against Southern. The teams finished even on rebounds at 39 apiece, and Marquette was edged in points in the paint, 42-38. Indiana, by contrast, started its campaign with a decisive victory over Alabama A&M. The Hoosiers shot 62.1% from the field, 41.7% from deep on 10 of 24 attempts, and made all 16 of their free throws. They also dominated the glass 39-15 and controlled the paint 52-20, putting the game away early. Marquette's younger players will be tested this season, but that adjustment seems less critical in this matchup than Indiana's injury concerns. With Drake and Ristic sidelined, depth becomes a real issue. The Hoosiers will not be able to extend their bench, leaving ball handling duties to Connerway and Enright, both of whom will likely need to log more than 30 minutes. Fatigue could become a factor against Marquette's fast-paced attack and its active defenders who press the ball relentlessly. The Golden Eagles thrive on turnovers and fast break chances, averaging 26 transition points per game this season. If either Connerway or Enright faces foul trouble, Indiana could find itself under heavy pressure. Marquette still needs to improve its interior presence. Regardless, as our first pick for this matchup, the Marquette Golden Eagles to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Marquette Golden Eagles and Indiana Hoosiers will meet in Chicago for a non-conference contest. Marquette has already played 2 games, winning both by wide margins. Indiana, under new head coach Darian DeVries, opened its season with a 47-point victory over Alabama A&M. While the spread suggests a close contest, the stronger value lies elsewhere. The total is listed at 153.5 points, and the reasoning for a lower outcome begins with offensive consistency. Marquette scored 100 points in its second game against Southern, but currently ranks 66th at KenPom in offensive efficiency. Their early shooting troubles are telling, with just 20.8% accuracy from 3 in the opener against Albany. Indiana's defense will pose a tougher challenge than either of Marquette's first 2 opponents. This matchup will also reflect the defensive identity of both coaches. DeVries, in his debut season at Indiana, built one of the nation's best perimeter defenses while at West Virginia, where his team ranked 8th nationally in opponent three-point percentage. That defensive focus should carry over, making outside shots difficult for Marquette. On the other side, Shaka Smart's squad brings back much of last year's group that anchored the 26th ranked defense at KenPom. The combination should restrict open looks and scoring runs. Tempo further supports a lower scoring game. DeVries favors a deliberate offense that limits possessions, with his teams ranking in the 200s for adjusted tempo every year since 2020, including a 331st ranking last season. That pace naturally holds totals down. Historically, Marquette games also tend to fall below the number, with the under hitting in 59.4% of their matchups last year. All factors considered, as our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Oklahoma State versus Texas A&M. Texas A&M will meet Oklahoma State on Sunday afternoon as the Aggies aim to make it 3 victories in a row. The Aggies have started strong this season with 2 comfortable wins, even after a sluggish opening half against Texas Southern. They closed that game shooting 54.1% from the floor, finishing with 23 assists against only 8 turnovers. The performance was efficient on offense but uneven on the glass, as Texas A&M was out-rebounded 31-27 and held just a 36-32 advantage in points in the paint. The Tigers also connected on 51% of their shots, which leaves the Aggies some defensive adjustments to make before this matchup. Oklahoma State comes in following a convincing win over Oral Roberts, built on physical play near the rim. The Cowboys posted a 48-34 edge in rebounds and outscored their opponent 44-30 in the paint. Their shooting was solid at 44.4%, and they moved the ball well, recording 18 team assists. Sunday's contest, however, presents a greater challenge across both ends of the floor. In their previous outing, Texas A&M trailed by only 5 at halftime, 41-36, against Texas Southern before breaking the game open after the break. The Aggies poured in 63 points in the second half to win 104-70, showing how quickly their offense can shift gears. Through 2 games, Texas A&M is shooting 51.5% from the field, while Oklahoma State sits at 44.4%. Senior Rashawn Agee leads the Aggies in scoring at 14 points per game, also contributing 2 assists. For Oklahoma State, sophomore Victorious Miller was the bright spot in their win over Oral Roberts, scoring 21 points and pulling down 3 rebounds. The Cowboys also started slow, leading just 50-46 at halftime, before closing strong in the second half to win 95-71. Both teams have shown to adjust mid-game and finish with authority, setting up an intriguing test for each side's consistency. While Oklahoma State may find an edge in rebounding, Texas A&M's shooting and ball movement have been more refined early in the season. With both teams heading into tougher competition, the Aggies' offensive balance and composure could be the deciding factors. As our first pick for this matchup, the Texas A&M Aggies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams enter Sunday on winning streaks, each coming off impressive victories in their latest outings. Oklahoma State followed a 24-point home win in its opener with another home contest, while Texas A&M rides momentum from a dominant 34-point home win and prepares for its first game on the road. Both programs have been in rhythm offensively, averaging 101 and 95 points per game, respectively. Their scoring pace and execution point to an up-tempo game with plenty of shot-making opportunities for both sides. The matchup sets up well for another high-output performance from each offense as our second pick for this matchup. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. South Dakota State versus Northern Iowa. Northern Iowa crushed Cal State Northridge Matadors at home, hitting 14 of 33 from three-point range and making 50.8% of their shots overall. They also dominated the paint 34-16 and scored 27 points off turnovers. Meanwhile, Cal State had 38 rebounds to the Panthers' 33, but still lost decisively while shooting only 32.7%. The Panthers' balance of shooting, turnovers, and interior strength offers a clear edge. South Dakota State opened with a 75-66 win over Merrimack Warriors and a 68-62 win over Dakota State Trojans, led by a 20-point effort from Jaden Jackson in the second game and strong rebounding from Alex Squires. But those matches lacked the same level of execution the Panthers displayed in their opener. Given the Panthers' composite skill set and South Dakota State's slightly looser profile, we believe the Panthers will take care of business. As our first pick for this matchup, the Northern Iowa Panthers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Northern Iowa's opener featured a high shooting rate, but also came with disciplined defense and strong control of possessions. They held their opponent to 32.7% shooting and forced many turnovers, which tends to reduce pace and limit total opportunities. South Dakota State's 2 early wins show decent scoring, but neither blew the doors off. Their average output so far suggests mid-80s or lower totals rather than a rapid-fire point fest. With both teams likely to prioritize half-court sets and defensive positioning over fast-paced chaos, the chance of this game staying below the posted number seems strong. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Vermont versus Brown. Vermont enters with strong guard play and front court length that can impose itself. Preseason scouting notes highlight players such as T.J. Hurley, T.J. Long, and Ben Wesson as able to carry offensive load, and the front court depth featuring Drew Bissett, David Simon, and Momo Nkugwa gives them more flexibility on the glass and in slow-down half-court sets. Brown's roster is up to date and includes guards Isaiah Langham and Jeremiah Jenkins and forward Wyatt DeGraff, among others. Yet Brown's recent performance raised concerns. Their last opener showed weak shooting and high turnovers, which allowed their opponent to build a cushion. That suggests that Vermont, with more balanced execution and cleaner possession control, should cover in this spot. As our first pick for this matchup, the Vermont Catamounts to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Vermont's defensive metrics from 2024-2025 show they allowed just 63.8 points per game and ranked 14th nationally in points against. That kind of defense combined with a Brown team that struggled to generate efficient offense in its opener sets up for fewer scoring chances. On the offensive side, Vermont tends to favor more controlled pace rather than sprint and gun. The scouting report indicates they emphasize post touches, guard shooters, and rebounding battles rather than full court runs. Brown's turnover issues from the opener further reduce the likelihood of extra possessions or transition points. Accordingly, the posted total looks ambitious unless both teams uncork unusually hot shooting nights. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington versus Baylor. Sunday night's featured matchup brings together the Washington Huskies and the Baylor Bears in Waco, setting up a solid early season measuring stick for both programs. Baylor handled its opener against University of Texas Rio Grande Valley with ease, while Washington picked up 2 wins over Arkansas Pine Bluff and Denver. Each opponent sits near the lower end of its respective conference projections, so it is fair to say that neither team has faced a true test yet. That uncertainty grows when factoring in that both rosters are almost entirely new. In a time when transfer-heavy squads have become the norm, these two stand out even more for the sheer volume of turnover they experienced. Yet, among the newcomers, Baylor looks slightly more cohesive early, thanks in part to 6 games played together this summer during the World University Games, which helped them build chemistry and comfort on the floor. Washington enters this matchup aiming for its 3rd straight win, but this challenge represents a clear step up in competition. The Huskies are shooting 50% from the field through 2 games, a promising start, though their offense must continue to perform at that level to keep pace with Baylor's firepower. The Bears' defense showed gaps in their opener, but the offensive rhythm was there from the start. They like to push the pace and rely on quick scoring bursts, while Washington prefers balance and control. The contrast in tempo could shape the flow of this contest and expose whichever team struggles to adjust. The rebuild stories on both sides make this matchup fascinating. Baylor lost every rotation player from last season but quickly restocked with an aggressive transfer class and a standout freshman guard, Tunde Yusufu, whose talent has already drawn NBA attention. Their opener showed more than scoring depth. It showed control over physical elements of the game, such as rebounding dominance and 32 trips to the free throw line. Washington's rebuild was equally dramatic. After finishing last in the Big Ten a year ago, the Huskies retooled by adding the top 2 scorers from USC, several highly recruited transfers, and a mix of promising freshmen. They have the talent to compete in their new system, but chemistry and continuity take time. In this specific setting, the Bears appear to hold subtle advantages in rebounding, cohesion, and the energy that comes from playing at home in a smaller, high-intensity arena. As our first pick for this matchup, the Baylor Bears to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both teams arrive with productive offenses and a willingness to play at pace. Baylor's 15-point home win over University of Texas Rio Grande Valley saw them score 96 points while controlling tempo and attacking the rim, resulting in consistent free throw opportunities. Washington, on the other hand, has opened the season averaging 89 points per game, showing they can push tempo effectively against lighter competition. The Huskies will play their first road game of the season, testing whether that offensive rhythm can hold under pressure in an unfamiliar environment. Baylor, with its aggressive transition play and emphasis on spacing, tends to pull opponents into faster possessions. Washington's new lineup features scorers who thrive when the game opens up, and their ability to keep up with Baylor's pace will determine how this contest unfolds. The current scoring trends and early season profiles point toward a game that maintains tempo and provides enough possessions to challenge the total. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them. So leave a comment down below and do let us know.